Good afternoon, everyone. We're gonna get ready to go ahead and start our council meeting. First of all, we want to do something just a little different. We're gonna ask everyone to stand and remain standing as we give a moment of silence for our fallen city council member, Charles Willis. So, you all please, in a moment of silence. Councilman Willis, you will be missed. Councilwoman Harris, will you please give us our prayer? He's not here. Is Pastor Danielle, is Pastor Glenn? We don't see him, though.
No, she didn't confirm.
That's who was on the agenda to do the prayer.
She didn't confirm. I can do it.
Ms. Harris.
Can do it, it's fine.
Lord, we come before your throne of grace this afternoon, oh God. Just want to thank you, Lord, for another day. Lord, I give you glory right now. We give you honor and we give you praise, oh God. Because it's in your name, oh God, that we live, we move, and have our being. Intercede in this council meeting, oh God. Let your spirit dwell in him. Let your blood cover it. Lord, let your mercy abide around here and through us, oh God. In the name of Jesus. Lord, we give you glory this afternoon, and we give you praise, because it's in your name, oh God, that we live and move and have our being. Continue to look on the Wheeler family, oh God. Give them strength, oh God, for their loss, oh God, because he is going to be missed from here. And we thank you, oh God, for the merit that you've given us, oh God. We thank you for this council board, oh God. Lord, we thank you right now. Anything you find in it that shouldn't be, take it out. Fill us more with your love. Fill us more with your spirit, oh God. Let us be the one that you're calling for in these last and evil days. Give us the mind, Lord, to accept the things that we cannot change and change the things we can. Lord, we thank you right now, oh God. We bless your holy name, oh God. Every let you let in our life, whatever do you have done, oh God. Concentrate our mind, oh God. So may we stay focused as West Memphis continue to grow. Let your blood cover this place. Let your spirit fill it. And Lord, let your mercy continue to abide around here, through here, and over here, oh God. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen and praise God.
Amen. Remain standing and face the flag for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and you can be seated.
I'm going to call this meeting to order. Ms. City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mayor McClendon,
Present.
City Attorney Stevenson,
Here.
City Treasurer Suter Jr., Councilor Crum,
Here.
Councilor Bruce, Councilor Cat,
Here.
Councilor Harris, Councilor Holt, Councilor Hutchinson,
Here.
Councilor Muhammad,
Present.
Councilor Monday,
Here.
Councilor Murray.
Here. We have eight present, 8 out of 10. I'm just following with the city attorney. The first thing now we need to do is declare a vacancy for Councilman Wheeler's seat, city attorney.
Yes, you need to make a motion to declare a vacancy. That'd be the first step to determining how to fill the remainder of that term.
I'll make that motion that we
Second.
declare a vacancy.
I'll second it.
And motion is second. All right, is there any discussion about why we're doing this or?
Right, we're doing this because our dear Councilor Wheelers, who was so endearing to all of us, took his journey to be with the Lord and is no longer with us. So we need a representation for that particular ward.
All right, all in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? We have declared a vacancy for Ward 3, Position 2. Next week, then, by what the direction City Council City Attorney has given me, is that we'll decide how are we going to fill it, or we're going to allow it to go to a special election because the law just changed. the last session, so
Right.
at the next meeting, then he would give us those directions.
Okay.
All right?
May I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it gonna cost a lot of money to do a special election?
Let me get some information for you to be exact. I don't see it costing a lot of money, but, I think the law said it is that you all can just allow it to remain open to the next, because actually now we can't do special election until at the middle of the year to the next year, because we can't do it in November. So,
I would assume, and the city attorney can answer the question,
Yeah.
that you can call for it 90 days.
yeah.
Right,
so-
it's 90 days,
Something like that,
mhm.
yeah. Which would be that more like the general election, not the general, the primary election for the state position.
Okay.
And then, yeah, like, you know, the primaries and.
I understand, but I would assume with this being in July, you could declare an election,
Well, it's August.
excuse me, in 2 weeks, then 90 days from there, you would have the election. So,
Right.
but again, that's city attorney
Yeah.
question.
Well, and some of that depends on the election commission, and what we gotta do with them, as well.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Ms. Harris, that answered pretty much your question? Okay. Also, you all have seen the Advertising and Promotion Commission bid openings for the Christmas decorations for Worthington Park and other locations. I get a motion and second to approve that.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? It's approved.
I have something, with that, those decorations, will this include the Martin Luther King Park as well?
I'm not sure.
Yes, it does.
It's sure.
It has in the
'Cause
past,
it's-
there's always been a tree there.
Okay, I just didn't see it on here, I was just trying.
And
to
it
make
also
sure.
includes Hot Tower Park.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, it says, Worthington Park and other locations, so.
Okay, and other locations.
See what he got to say?
Just to get this correct, that this bid that you have in front of you, that is Worthington and Martin Luther King and around town. The A&P has decided to investigate into putting some decorations at Hightower Park. And I have done that investigating and have found someone. And it will be separate from this bid, and it won't have to go out to bid. I have 2 quotes on it. So we have what we need to decorate Hightower Park. Just wanted to make that clear that it wasn't part of that package there.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Can I get a motion and second to
Make a
approve
motion to approve.
the minute? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes are approved. We had no old business. Ms. Muhammad, would you do the honors of making that motion in second for title only?
I'd like to make a motion that R1, R2, R3, O1 be read by title only.
Can I get a second? Second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, city attorney?
R1 is a resolution approving a revision to the 2024 budget.
And that resolution read, can I get a motion and second to approve?
So moved.
In discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Will you give the resolution a number, please?
Resolution number 2325, 2325.
That number is 2325. R2, city attorney?
R2 is a resolution to approve the purchase and sale agreement between the City of West Memphis, Arkansas and Meadowbrook Commons LLC, and authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement on behalf of the City of West Memphis.
All right. Can I get a motion and second to approve?
So moved.
I mean, we're gonna go through discussion. We haven't just-
Okay.
So, I got a motion, do I get a second?
Second.
All right, in discussion. All right,
I do have some, I want to know, why do we need to buy a country club at that outlandish price?
Well, sure, I'm gonna answer to the best of my ability, then I'll call Bob and have him to come up and get the details, how are we gonna do this? First off, there's so many people within our community that want so many different things within our community. And a golf course is very important to our community. I understand that I don't necessarily play golf, but definitely I have many constituents have called me about the golf course. And the price that we have gotten it at has not been outlandish by far, especially speaking with operators who is going to run it, because the city is not going to run a golf course because I don't have time to be trying to figure out how we're going to cut a golf course. So we're looking at operators at this point. But it's an outcry so much from the people of our city of wanting that golf course and the different things that we can do. I even had conversations, many people said that at one time I was not even welcome to go on the golf course. But now it's going to be opened up to all the people of West Memphis will be able to enjoy the golf course and understand why we have it. And now here goes the creative park. I think this is the most important thing, how we going to pay it, and it's not going to be on the burden of the taxpayer. Bob, will you come up? Let them know.
And also, I mean, it's been out there for a while, and I've not heard one outcry from anyone in my ward who's interested in having a golf course. So it's just up for discussion right now, and it's just something that's very concerning to me because we are already buying quite a few old buildings and hadn't any of them had anything done to them yet. And here again, another old piece of property that, in reading all of this long agreement, is just so much in there as to what our liabilities and so many things. I'm really leery of it, but I'm only one person.
I'm sure that we can, each one of the issues that you have concerned about, I can pretty much shed light on it, because actually that's what me as mayor do every day here in the office. And if it's an old building that you felt that we have bought, could you kind of give me details on which building you may be talking about, Councilwoman?
I'm sorry?
Could you give me?
The
what-
building that we bought for, the STEM building that we said we're going to turn into a police
Sure,
department,
let-
has
let-
anything been done to that?
Exactly. Right now, we got the utilities working to get the water and the utilities back on, because we gotta get those things going first before we
Right.
get anyone in the building. And then once we get all that taken care of, which is in the process right now, then we got to get our people or our inmates that's gonna get out there and clear out the building, get the building suitable to become a police department before it becomes a STEM building.
Right, right. Well,
So
that's just my
it's just
concern.
taking time to
Right.
do certain things.
It's just that we have so many projects out there, and now here we are proposing to undertake another one. And I know for sure, I've been around for a long time, and there was a point in time when African-American people and maybe others, disenfranchised people, were not allowed in the country club. Now that it's all dilapidated, old, and run down, the city wants to take on all the responsibilities, not knowing what the repair cost may be. And reading all of this information in this agreement, my goodness, it's quite a bit. As you can see, I read through it, I've highlighted a lot of things. I'm just leery of it, because to me, this is like a Robin Hood syndrome. We are taking from the poor and giving to the rich. Whoever this money is going to go to, if city council were to approve it, to me, it would just be insulting to all of the people in the city of West Memphis who are in need of so many things that I believe, and I know I'm not, before you say anything, I'm not barking on what you're doing. To me, you're a wonderful mayor, and you're doing as much as you possibly can. But I have to think about the constituency in the city of West Memphis.
Okay, Ms. Muhammad.
$1.5 million.
Now, I understand your trepidation, but let him tell you.
I'm
how
gonna
we're
let
gonna
him
pay
tell
for it,
me,
and
but
then-
I have to get
and-
this out of
I
my
understand,
heart,
no,
because I'm hurting when I read all of
And
this.
I understand that, because when you say things like that, it make it seem like if we are taking money from the poor.
I
to
said
get
it's
the
like a
rich-
Robin Hood
and-
syndrome.
Well, a Robin Hood syndrome make it look like we taking money from the poor and doing it for the rich. And if you listen to how he's gonna
I'll
take
listen
care of
to
this,
him. I'll listen to
then
him.
we won't even have that on the table.
I will listen to him. I will, I promise.
Good afternoon, everyone. So a couple of things before I get started and talk. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about how we're going to finance the project, but I am willing to say that it's not going to cost the taxpayers of West Memphis anything.
Can you say it one more time? Say it loud with your chest.
I don't want to go into detail about how we're going to finance the project, but it's not going to cost the taxpayers or the citizens of West Memphis any money.
Hold 1 minute. So now that eliminates the Robin Hood syndrome. So we know poor
Okay,
money
no,
going
not
to-
quite.
All right, go ahead.
How are we going to by purchase, if it's not costing, if it's not coming from taxpayers' dollars, where is it coming from? Because we have to vote on this, and I'm
No, I
very
understand.
concerned. If it's not coming from taxpayers' dollars, how are we going to pay $1.5 million?
So what we want to do, right, is we're going to, so let me first start by saying that the property is a very prominent piece of property within the city of West Memphis.
Right.
Okay? And the property has fallen into disrepair, and as it sinks further and further into disrepair, it will have a significantly negative impact on the city. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to try to arrest that, right? So there's a lot of things. The mayor talked earlier about the city doesn't really know or understand how to run a golf course. We have an opportunity now to purchase the golf course, and I realize that the $1.5 million number is a large number, but it's a question of value. Is the property almost 150 acres and a building and some other amenities there, is it worth the $1.5 million? The answer to that question is yes, it is. The tax assessor has valued it much higher than that. Okay, so it's a question of, is it worth that? And so the answer would be yes. So we have an opportunity to purchase the property that is valued higher for that amount. We want to make sure that we don't negatively impact the city's budget or the tax revenue or have citizens pay for that through tax revenue. So we are going to fund that through cash reserves that we have, and then the city will pay that back to the funder, the utility, in increments through the pilot. So I'm not going to pay the city as much in my payment in lieu of taxes each year, and that will be deducted off of the funding to purchase the golf course.
Okay, so it's coming through the utility department, that's still taxpayers' dollars.
It's not a taxpayer's dollars, it's not.
I mean, it's monies that the taxpayers are paying into the utility.
So we have two things. It's money that the taxpayers, that the ratepayers are paying into the utility.
Ratepayers, that's the right word, okay.
And so.
Still citizens. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And so we have certain requirements that we have to follow. This is a loan that we will be making to the city to purchase the property. That will be paid back in, so it won't cost anything. And how the loan will be paid back is, the mayor alluded to it earlier, is that there will be an operator that will operate the course. Okay, do not think of it as a country club as it has been run previously, because that's not going to be the way that it's run. It has the ability to generate revenue, right? And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to come up with creative ways to where we don't have to burden the taxpayers, we don't have to issue debt, we don't have to do any of those things to secure the property, but we can improve the property values around it in West Memphis. We can keep the property from going into decline. We can make sure that it doesn't end up as something that we don't want it to be. And then we can generate revenue with it. Mm-hmm. So if we are in the process of interviewing operating firms that operate golf courses. We've already spoken to a consultant. We have a strong business plan, and we just need to secure the property, and then we can move forward with all of those options.
So now you're saying that you've reached out to people who can operate.
I'm so sorry, I didn't hear.
You're saying that you reached out to people who can operate the golf course, and of course, what about the club itself? What about the building? Not just the golf course, but the building itself.
So there's opportunity as far as the building is concerned too, right? So the building is dated and it needs repair. So part of the structure, as the operator operates the course, they will be required to make a lease payment back to the owner of the course, right? But there will also be a function that they will have to upgrade existing facilities or pour money back into the asset for improvements.
Are we the only people who've shown interest in purchasing that?
I can't answer that question.
Now, as you alluded to earlier, you said that the city has no kind of idea or resource as to how to operate a golf course. And we know that it's going to be very expensive to keep it mowed. You have to do a golf course, mow it so much differently than you would a regular.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
You'd
again.
have to mow a golf course or groom it differently than you would just a regular yard or a piece of property. So how do we plan to do that if, in fact, we go through with this?
So when the course
resolution.
when the course is in operation, it will generate revenues, right? And not unlike the utility, so our rates cover our expenses, and that's the intention for the course. So whatever revenues that the course generates will pay the expenses of the course. So the idea is it's a revenue stream, or could be an additional revenue stream for the city. So the operator would operate the course. They make a lease payment back to the city, the owner of the course. Anything over and above the lease payment to the city, there would be a profit-sharing agreement that we would follow.
I hear you. You're saying a lot of things, but I don't hear any of your words.
I'm sorry, I can't
You're
hear
saying
you.
a lot of things, but I don't hear any of your words. I hear what you're saying, but I don't hear, because my mind is still on, this is just, to me, something that the city really don't need at this particular time.
If I may,
That's just my opinion.
Is this our first discussion on this?
Councilman Gett, go ahead.
I'm a golfer. Well, I know that. I was a member out there for years, and I left there simply because it was no longer cost-effective, in my opinion. They still had members. It's just, to me, it wasn't worth that fee. You'll have, basically, it's a kind of a semi-private situation where you'll still have memberships. They'll pay what I think is a reasonable number. I think you can easily bring in 200 to 400 members. We have a lot of people, and I play in Memphis a lot. A lot of people leave West Memphis, cross that bridge, and they're playing golf in Shelby County. Simply because, you're right, they were not welcome at a country club. That's not what this is. This is a municipal golf course owned by the city. Revenue will come to the city. You've got greens fees, cart rentals, trail fees. There's any number of things that you'll have as a revenue source in addition to the memberships. Yeah, what's the membership gonna get you? Okay, for golfers, it's, I want that 7 to 9 tee time. So I have first rights to it as a member. Now, if I don't call in and reserve it by, say, Wednesday at 10 o'clock, then that's gonna be open to anybody in the room who wants to go play. You'll have a slot maybe from 12 to 2. People getting out of church or getting off work from Saturday morning or something. Again, it's slotted for them. They have to reserve it. If they don't, it's fee income. Another golfer is gonna come out there and pay it. I believe in the long run, the golf course will pay you back a greater dividend on $1.5 million than the $9 million you're sinking into Tilden Rogers Park. Reason being is you can host tournaments at Tilden Rogers just like you can at Meadowbrook, but you're not traveling near as far to get there. So it's a cost prohibitive situation. In Crittenden County, you got 53,000 people thereabout. You've got another, 900,000? When I was at the country club, there were a lot of members that came out of Memphis because it was more cost effective to be a member here. It was easier to get to. I think they will gladly be coming back once you establish this relationship with a proven leader in golf course management. Now, if you approve the contract today, now you have the 30-day window. Well, during that 30-day window, we're gonna get a lot of answers to some questions that I know I have as far as operating costs, how we can offset that, management company coming in telling us what they can and can't do, how much capital are they willing to invest. So, a lot of information will be shared over the next 30 days during your due diligence period. And at the end of the day, you don't like it, you just tell me to terminate the contract. That's the way the contract's written.
Why do we have to?
One other thing to keep in mind, I was going to talk about, that Councilman Catt brought it up, but tournaments, right? So there's associated income or revenue that could be generated by that. So some of those folks are going to come in from out of town. They're going to stay in our hotels. They're going to eat at our restaurants. They're going to buy food at our grocery stores or buy gasoline at our gas stations. And that's going to be There'll be tax revenue generated for the city that'll help local businesses around here. So there's a lot of positive impact. Right now, the property is defunct, right? So we firmly believe that we can generate a profit, a significant profit with this course, but we have an opportunity to purchase it now. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, my concern only would be that we have the quality people to run it. So, I mean,
Yep.
that's gonna be the key to the whole thing. It's not pick some jerk that, about, well, the half knows, you know, what's going on, but you'll need a professional person to do it.
That's why when you enter into a professional private partnership like that, right, where you tie revenues or earnings to the course to what, so you have a payment, and then their profit is based on the revenues that they can generate, and then you split that with the city, that incentivizes them to be profitable and to make the golf course a success.
Also, when you talk about the city having its own municipal court, I just want to name a few cities right around us that have them. Memphis have them, which is a much bigger city. But Ford City is a smaller city. He has his own municipal court. Osceola has his own municipal court, which is smaller. Blytheville has its own. Now, I think that West Memphis, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have never played golf. I played golf for the first time when I went to Topgolf. I never thought that I would like it until I hit a hole in one. And I said, well, hey, I probably could get used to this. And one of the things I'm saying now is that, and I sort of, and I may be wrong, Ms. Muhammad, when I say this, that you kind of feel like this is something that the black community has been shunned from.
I didn't
And
say that.
I know you didn't say, but I can kind of feel where you're going.
You said it earlier, too.
And I'm agreeing with you.
Okay,
But,
well, you
but
said
the,
it
But the
earlier.
difference what I'm trying to make, once the black community like myself get introduced to something new, it may be something that we may start to like. Just like if we're gonna put a six court basketball court or a baseball or football field, that's something that most of the black community normally is used to. If we get an opportunity to get used to playing golf, in which I have, like I said, you'll be surprised. And I don't know, sometimes it's just the squeaky wheel makes the loudest noise, but you'll be surprised the citizen, black and white, who has been calling me about this court. Matter of fact, the guy who owns the one in Marion, which is an African-American guy, there's so many blacks are going out there and saying, why don't we have it here? And now open this thing up, it can be semi-private. I hope that this decision is made not based on
Color.
y'all said, I didn't say that, so, but I hope we're looking at what's gonna help move our city forward, and believe it or not, a lot of business deals are done on that golf course, and I think it could be something that would be an asset to the city, that's something that's gonna hurt. And then think about it this, at the end of it, I see, if you don't want a golf course and you own the land, I mean, I don't know how the people out there gonna wanna do it, but you got 104 acres of land that you can build some houses. I see some relatives in here right now that can build 1,000 houses out there, and it's a popular place for the city, but it'd be great for us to have this in our portfolio.
I have just
I
one
think it
more
would be really
question.
nice because, as I thought about it, me and Tracy was talking earlier, you have to visualize what it's gonna look like. If you got a
am
vision,
visualizing.
you can do it. Because I can see a great restaurant sitting right there, serving people, a family restaurant. But if you can visualize what it's gonna be like, not what it was, but what it can be.
That was what I was gonna say. I mean, don't think about it as a country club, because it's not gonna be a country club. Right, so whatever, I wasn't here, I've only been here for a year and a half, right, so I don't know what that looked like. But what I can tell you is that there is significant revenue potential there that will benefit all the citizens of West Memphis at some point or another. If you have the opportunity to expose more people to a sport, you have the opportunity to where the high school could have a golf team, right? You create a lot of opportunities, and you're taking a property right now that's defunct, and we don't know what's going to happen to it, and you're turning it into something that's creating a benefit for the city and the citizens of West Memphis.
Then you also open more doors for people that want to move in this area. That's
I
the
would
main
like to, Bob, I appreciate everything you've said, and I appreciate everything, the comments that were made by my colleagues here. When I first read this, I was about 50-50, okay? But you've answered, I've had a list of questions on here, and you've answered most of all of my questions. I know that there's a lot of us, the mayor said, there's a lot of municipalities that own their own golf courses. They don't run them, they have an organization comes in and runs them. But I do think a golf course is an attraction that draws people in. I personally, I'm like the mayor, I didn't hit a hole-in-one the first time. I hit a
Haven't hit one yet.
I hit a ground ball that was about that high off the ground, and it hit a robin and flipped it. That was my first tee off. And the guy was with me, said, man, I can't believe it, you got a birdie on the first hole. But anyhow, I think it would be a good asset for the city, and I like what I heard earlier about the different plans that are gonna be for the golf course. And the fact that if we get somebody sharp enough to make a profit with it, because the last two owners
Right.
went belly up.
So that's going to be the key, right, is selecting the right operating company to operate the course. And the criteria is that will not be, that decision won't be made on the basis of, the good old boy network or friends. It will be made on the basis of what is going to be the most profitable for the course and subsequently for the city.
And I thought about an idea about that when I've been out there at the court. I said, we got all of these new tennis courts and things that's being done at Tilden Rogers Park. I said, well, hey, do you want to introduce golf more? Why don't you put a putt-putt course on the tennis courts? So when, just say the husband is out playing 18 rounds of golf, the wife and the kids can be inside of the putt-putt playing the putt-putt. So it's so many options with this. And I just asked you this, let's don't make a decision on what, because I want to be able to say, and Councilman Monday, don't kill me when I say this. You were not welcome, but your grandkids will be able to say, hey, I better be there.
It's already have a golf course. About how much would it cost to build one that size? That's what over $1 million.
105 acres.
I'm
Just
sorry,
a golf course.
I didn't hear the question.
How much would it cost to build a golf course that size?
I mean, it would cost a lot more than $1.5 million.
Build $1 million.
I mean, I don't think there's just the property value alone of vacant property in the city. I don't know that there's any property available that we could even do that. And keep in mind one other thing too, is we can also partner, we can sell memberships to our local businesses or our local, I'm thinking, we haven't spoken to them yet, but the Southland, right? That would be a good thing that they could offer some of their guests, right? I don't know if they want them to not be in the casino the whole time, but if they need to take a break, or even some of our other local businesses where they could attract more business here. Like the mayor said, I think it was the mayor, but there's a lot of business that is transacted on a golf course.
Yes. Also, I want to add this too, for you all. This is something I think everyone gonna want to know. In the process and negotiation of this deal, I did get the last 3 financial years of the golf course. So it ain't like we going into this not knowing what it's gonna take to run the golf course. We got the numbers, and I have no problem with city attorney if I can. Can I
Well-
bring a public one? No.
Well,
no.
we need to be under contract before we
No.
release any information.
No, I prefer not to.
No, I can't do it public, but for the council people who needed to see that, we have it.
Everything sounds so flowery and so sweet, but I just still have a hesitation.
I do understand your
Because there's so many
hesitation.
ifs, and we know as business people that we're talking like all this is gonna happen overnight, all this success, but we know it's gonna take at least 5 years, 3 to 5 years or longer before we get everything
I would
working the way
say-
we want it to.
So that's one thing. So I don't think that the property is so defunct to where we can't have it open within 6 months.
I mean, as far as generating funds, we're talking people coming over like they're just gonna be pouring in. It's not gonna happen like that overnight. It's gonna take a while in order for
I
people
don't-
to become adjusted to it.
I don't know, I mean, you could probably speak more to that than I can, but I don't think that I would say that.
Anything you go into, it's gonna take time.
This is what I'm
'Cause you
saying, it's gonna take
redevelop it.
time.
So it's gonna take time. The thing
And-
is the patience.
And let me ask this question, even from the school, from the academies of West Memphis, do we have a representative here? Can you speak from the school?
Well, let me say one more thing about it's gonna take time, right? So so in any business or any transaction, you have capital costs, right? So you're gonna have the purchase price, that's gonna be your primary capital cost, okay? And then you have operating costs, okay? And we have a financing option to where we're gonna take the capital costs off the table, right? So that will give us a cushion to where we don't have to be as profitable as another person, so that we have that cushion. But that will just enable us, if we are profitable, that will enable us to put more of those funds back into the asset, develop the asset, and create additional revenue opportunities. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, but you said the utility department, I think is what you said, will be fronting the 1.5 million, then the city would pay it back over a course of time. Is that what I understood you to say?
That you did understand me saying that.
Okay, well, I want to ask you another question. Speaking from a poor lady as my poor soul, $1.5 million is a lot of money. Will it cause the utility bills to go up later? And also, since the utility department can't afford $1.5 million for a golf course and a country club, how does the utility department plan to help all of these poor people who are crying out?
Oh,
So,
can
you wanna take that?
I want to start out with that. Actually, we are working with Groundswell Solar right now to add how many more megawatts into the,
5 megawatts.
and how much percentage is that going to give poor people in our community off their utilities?
So we're adding 5 megawatts of solar to our generation portfolio. It's a grant through the EPA. It's a Solar for All grant. And the only stipulation for that is they will develop and build the solar field. We will build it on city property. The utility will manage that solar field. And what will happen is that all the power generated from that, we will reduce the rates of our lowest income ratepayers by 25 to 50%. It really depends on how many people sign up and how many people fall within that income category as to where that number is, whether it's 25% or 50%. If the threshold of the income, the assistance program is, clearly we want to help as many people as we can help, right? So that's why I'm saying the 25%. I would much rather give 2,000 people a 25% discount on their utility bill versus, 12, do the math, but 50,000, right? So I'd prefer to help as many people as we can, but we are funding that. So where the money is coming from is from our cash reserves that we already have, so we're not increasing rates. You currently, if you're a customer of the city of West Memphis, you have the lowest water rates in the state of Arkansas, and you have the lowest electric rates in the state of Arkansas. To answer your question, if this will cause rates to go up, no is the answer to that question.
Thank you.
That doesn't mean, though, that rates won't go up. We're closing 2 coal-fired power plants, and we're having to build replacement generation for that. So we are getting ready to engage in a rate study. So if rates do go up, I find it hard to believe that we'll be able to build a new power plant and decommission 2 and not have some sort of a rate increase. To put it into perspective, the new plant, the price tag on that is $2 billion. Now, we're not going to be the only owner in that plant, but there's a cost implication for building a new power plant. But keep in mind, with saying that, the reason that we are one of the lowest providers in the state of Arkansas is because we have ownership in a generating station.
Bob.
The other two lowest ratepayers in the state are Jonesboro and Conway. They're also owners in the same generating stations.
Well, I really do appreciate all of your answers. I appreciate you so much because I didn't know anything about what you just said as far as trying to help with the rates. And I'm glad I'm asking these questions
Yeah.
in spite of the negative looks and everything that I'm getting, because now our citizens know that there is hope coming for them to help get their rates reduced. And I thank you so much.
Bob, let me answer, and Ms. Muhammad, I think that, I don't know, were you not listening to me at the community meeting? I talked about the same thing, sitting right up there. I know somebody said, well, Ms. Muhammad asleep or whatever, but I talked about the same thing to tell the people. I've been talking about it.
I didn't hear it.
Mayor,
You did mention this, Mayor? The golf
The
course?
ground sweat,
He
right
did.
there.
So
He
that was
did.
gonna be my next question. How long have we been talking about it?
Right.
I've been trying
He
to
did.
ask this question.
Okay,
Okay.
the
That's
golf
what I want
course,
to know.
I've been in negotiation. Matter of fact, when Ms. Muhammad pictures that was made of me, that I wanted the picture, I didn't never put on Facebook, and my personal Facebook page in my personal book, and it spread it around. My job as mayor is to negotiate. It's not to call the council. It's to negotiate, and then once I negotiate a deal, then I come like I'm coming now to you all and give you all the information to make the decision. When it comes down to legislation of it or funding it, if it was a budget issue, that was the thing. So I've been working on it. So it ain't something just came on. And to answer a question that was previously asked, the place went into foreclosure, so no one wanted it. That's why I went to foreclosure. Someone else wanted it. They would already bought it, and we wouldn't be sitting here at this situation right now looking to purchase it.
Mayor.
No. Hold on, please, sir. Mr. Crone. What my thing is, 1.5. And I'm asking because I want to have a good understanding. This is our first conversation. And you bring it to the council, I understand what you're saying, that you make the negotiations, but you still have to bring it to your council. And so when we're making decisions, in all fairness, I've never known for us to just say yes or no on such a big amount. I love everything. Bob, thank you for explaining it. I can see the vision. But again, you're asking us to make a decision today. What is the urgency? That's what I want.
My urgency is we negotiate the contract, but let me get back to why it's urgent. Sometime the council have this information Friday of last week,
That's true.
and
That's true.
probably don't pick it up until 5 minutes before we walk into the meeting.
That's why I
So
asked the
is this
question.
enough time to really look at the because right now, and let me say, and I want to say this and be clear, the vision is mine. The council job is to approve the legislation, the policy, laws, resolution, the whole 9 yards. And second, the most important thing is to approve the budget. I didn't come asking for 1.5 from the council to make this happen. We've worked with the utility department, and they came up with a suggestion, and not suggestion, but the idea of how we can do this without affecting the citizens of West Memphis.
And let's be clear, I'm not insinuating
I
that that's what you did.
I
but I just
understand,
want to know.
understand.
I'm not insinuating that that's what you've done today. I just want to know how long had we been talking about it, that I missed something? So that question has been answered.
Mayor, may I ask for a call of question so that we can cease conversations and vote?
Okay.
And I just wanted to clarify a couple of statements that have been made. There are and have been American African members of the country club. They have been Asian members. They have been members of all races at that country club. If you decide to acquire it, I think you will open that opportunity up to a great more number of people just because it was cost prohibitive. You know, $400 or $500 just pulling the parking lot. You can structure this. I guess what I'm getting at is, if you approve the contract, it's gonna give you 30 days to answer all of these questions that you have. We'll finally have an opportunity to meet with a professional management company to give us their vision and how they can handle this, what the income stream is gonna be. So you'll know that it's not going to cost us any money in the long run. Now, there's no doubt probably gonna be some short-term capital outlays, but that's what you meet with the management company for, to see how that can be structured. Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity for the city. I think it's a good opportunity for the members of our community to finally be able to stay in West Memphis and play golf and not have to keep traveling to Memphis or Mississippi. So,
call.
I'd
That's
like to
just
make
me.
a motion to table until we meet with the people that you're talking about so we can get a better understanding, because I don't see the urgency in voting for it today without having a clear understanding and meeting with the people that you're talking
From
about.
my limited understanding, because I haven't been in the meetings and shared with administration, is some of the data that you need,
But
you
we
will
haven't
not
been
get
in
until
those
a contract
meetings.
is signed.
We haven't been in those meetings.
Neither have I. But I'm saying you can't get the information until you sign the contract, and then you have 30 days to terminate the contract if you don't like it.
Mayor, there was a call
He
of
called for
question
the
on the
vote first.
floor before the motion was made.
Very
Still
good.
in discussion.
I'm sorry.
That's what
I
it means.
mean,
We're still in
if we can go ahead, if y'all don't wanna vote, y'all vote it down or vote it up, then y'all just make the decision at this time.
Where to go back to discussion.
So, if it call for the motion, take it a second to take it to a vote.
Well, of course, you already have a motion second to approve.
Motion second.
Yeah.
All right, call the roll, call the roll.
Counselor Crum,
Yes.
Counselor Cat,
Yes.
Counselor Harris,
Yes.
Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Counselor Hutchinson,
Yes.
Counselor Muhammad,
No,
Counselor Monday,
Yes.
Counselor Murray.
Yes. It passes, 7-1. Can you give that resolution a number, please?
Resolution number 2326.
The resolution number is 2326.
Mayor, if I may, before we jump on, as far as the company coming in to make the presentation, do we know when that is yet?
Right now, we getting RFIs right now, RFQs. They get several people that want it because actually we have to look at them and then it has to come back for the council.
Well, I understand, but while they're here, can you let the council know so we can all attend and listen to what's being said?
But
So,
Yeah, so we've only spoken with one consultant right now, right? So now that we've passed this resolution, so now we can get, we'd like to get a diversity of companies, right?
Yes.
We don't want to get in on one company, but then, yeah, I think that it's appropriate that we have council involved in that discussion.
yeah, just please give you the advice when their meeting is going to be and so we can attend, so,
Yeah,
and hear everything firsthand. So.
yes.
so we did approve the purchase and the sale of this. We approved that the city is going to buy. Is that what we did?
yes,
We know.
That's what we did. We
No,
approved.
no, you didn't.
It
You
says
approved
a
the
reservation to
consideration to
approve the
purchase based off the
purchase
data
and
that you'll be
sale.
collecting. Because again, you can terminate this contract within 30 days. You're not obligated to sell, to buy this property.
Yeah, you
What
approve
you
that
were going-
we enter into a contract, and then that, like Councilman Katz said, then we begin our due diligence period.
That's not
And the
what
due
this
diligence
resolution
period
says, though. I'm
enables us
sorry.
to find out what we need to know about this and whether we want to continue down that path.
The resolution says to approve the purchase and sale agreement between the city of
Yeah, it's a
West.
purchase and sale agreement.
It's
So
kind
that's what
Yes.
you go under contract,
Yes.
when you enter into the purchase and sale agreement, and then that's when the due diligence period starts. So,
I
we-
just want to get it perfectly clear.
which is all within the contract you have in front of you.
Yeah, I've read it. I read all of that.
No.
Is there a question I need to try to answer?
City Attorney, I guess from my standpoint, is clarifying that by voting for this today, the city is not obligated to write a check for $1.5 million. We have
No.
30 days to go out and review the data to see if this is the right move for the city. If this is something that we need as an asset and we can manage and profit from. And if we don't feel like we can do that, then we cancel the lease and terminate it within 30 days.
Yeah, that's what the 30-day period is for us to get the information we need to go forward. And that's why we put that period of time in the contract, so that, you know, if something comes up that we're not aware of, then we can terminate the contract. Or if something comes up that's different from what we expect, then we can terminate the contract. That's why that period of time, that due diligence paragraph is in the contract.
to be fair, since we got these 30 days, to the city council, when can you all read it and we get back together and discuss it?
Let's just set a date. We'll try and be here. I will.
Of course, I think
Within the
as
30
far as
days.
council, you know, as soon as we can get some data on what previous expenses have been to kind of get a general idea about what memberships might run. But getting the consultant in is critical to be able to put together the long-term plan that we need.
Right, and I want to, I'm not trying to be devil's advocate here, but I want to make sure the citizens understand that we have not bought a golf course for the country club today. You all rather, not me, approved that the agreement for the city of West Memphis and the people, the owners of this, if we agree on what they're gonna bring back to us and discuss with us as far as operation, cost, and all these things, then we will go on through with this agreement. But as of today, there's not gonna be a $1.5 million given to these people until they have come back to us within this 30 days explaining all of the details. And I was just, because I have to make sure my constituency, as well as the city of West Memphis, understand, because the first thing that's gonna be ringing is the city of West Memphis bought a golf course, but we have not bought that today. We just agreed.
We have not. All we're
So-
gonna do over the next 30 days is
I
get
just
as
wanted
much
to be
data for
clear,
them
that's
as we
all.
can on
And
the
I think I have
expense
a
side
right to be
especially,
clear.
and on their revenue side, which can't
I
be
have
shared
that right.
publicly, of course, because
Yeah.
it was a private club. But then bringing in the consultants to be able to analyze all that data and give us a plan, yes.
So I do want to make one thing clear, right? We can't engage in any of those activities until we enter
Right.
into this
Yeah,
contract, right? We can't access any of the financial information. We can't bring people out onto the course to look at anything. We can't engage in any of those activities until we enter into the contract. Now that we have, then we have the due diligence period to analyze all that data, make sure it's the right decision for us, and then we will transact, if that makes sense.
Thank you so much for your
Yeah,
explanations.
you're very welcome.
For being so patient with me. I appreciate you to the
Very welcome.
highest.
Thank you.
All right, we get ready to move down to 01. City Attorney?
R3?
I'm sorry, R3.
R3 is a resolution commending Charles E. Wheelis for his service on the West Memphis City Council.
May I get a motion and second to approve this?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? It is passed. Will you get that resolution a number, please?
Resolution number 2327, 2327.
That number is 2327. All right, 01, City Attorney.
01 is an ordinance authorizing the outsourcing of payroll services and providing for internal accounting controls and documentation for audit and accounting purposes.
May I further suspend the rules and places on the second reading?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed?
Second reading of 01 is an ordinance authorizing the outsourcing of payroll services and providing for internal accounting controls and documentation for audit and accounting purposes.
Hearing it read for a second time, can I further suspend the rules and places on the third and final reading?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed?
Third reading of an ordinance authorizing the outsourcing of payroll services and providing for internal accounting controls and documentation for audit and accounting purposes.
Hearing it read first, third, and final time, can I get a motion and second to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Will you get that ordinance a number, please?
Ordinance number 2708, 2708.
That number is 2708. Due to the resolution R2, I don't have to do the permission request. So I'm gonna move down to committee reports. A&P.
A&P, West Memphis Advertising and Promotion Commission meeting was July the 22nd, 2025. The meeting was called to order at 12 o'clock p.m. The minutes were presented and approved. Financial reports presented and approved. Bid openings, and we've already discussed about the Christmas decorations, so we've already discussed that. We had 3 funding requests. All 3 were approved. The Wally Fowler Veterans Concert, $2,000. Creative Strategies, $2,500. And Wonder High Alumni Association, $2,000. Old business, West Memphis Civic Center renovations, Jim Jackson stated the renovations are taking shape now, although they are about 2 months behind schedule due to unforeseen substantial amounts of rainfall we have gotten over the past couple of months. The only new business we had was the motion was made to approve the purchase of a used bucket truck, utility truck, for up to $30,000 to be used by the department only. That's for decorations, putting up decorations, taking down decorations, changing lights in the parks or what have you. So it'll be just for that department. And that was approved. With no more business, the meeting was adjourned at 1:12 p.m.
Jim, did you want to come on up? Because I do Main Street right after that. You and Raymond can come on up.
Yes, sir, thank you. I just want to talk about, Mr. Murray, you covered the meeting we had, and Mr. Catt asked about and wanted me to mention that we are going to have our Rhythm and Ribs the first weekend, first Saturday in October, which is October 3rd, I think. Do it at the parking lot over here. And this year, we're going to kind of combine a couple of cooking competitions that we've had. Our ancillary this year are going to be ribeye steak. So we're going to give people an opportunity, because I hear, Mr. Murray even told me probably, Ms. Harris said that might cook the best ribeye steak. So we're going to let them find out. We've had the steak cook-offs before. You can cook a steak pretty fast, so we're going to have that turned in first earlier in the day, and then have the rib turned in later in the day. So it should be a good time. That'll be October 3rd over at the Civic Center. And I'll answer any questions about Christmas decorations or renovations or anything you might have. Thank y'all.
Main Street.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. I'll try to be brief, but we do have a lot of activities going on at the new food park that we have on Broadway. We just got done with a very successful classic car night. We had a Jeep night. But coming up this next Thursday, a week from tonight, we have another bike night. So if you're interested, you don't have to have a bike to come out and look at the cool motorcycles. But that's this next Thursday. And then on the 19th, we have a karaoke night that a lot of people seem pretty excited about. We're talking with actually the school district, letting their choirs know, reaching out to some churches to let their choirs know. So we may actually have a bit of a lineup. But we're doing bike nights. We'll also have another one we're having them on the 2nd and 4th Thursdays for the next 3 months there. And then the other big event we have this month is Taste of the Town. It's the 26th. It's the last Tuesday of this month. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year, so if any businesses are listening or if any businesses would like to sponsor, please let me know. And if you have any questions, please let me know too.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Public Works.
Yes, sir. Public Works. Public Works, we met August the 5th, 2025, at 2:15 p.m. The minutes were approved from July 1st meeting. No old business, no new business. Fleet report, front-end loaders, all three operational, rear-end loaders, both of them are operational. One are abandoned, all three are operational. Grapple trucks, all four are operational. Public Works Director report, recycling pounds, 8,060 pounds. There were 500 tires picked up on this month. Garbage trash dump, 17,706 tons. Monthly cost, $58,454.80. There were 4 carts purchased and replaced, 6 carts stolen with police report replaced. There were 15 carts replaced or fixed. Usually the lids are broken. Okay, no engineer report. And again, Mayor, we'd like to request that we have a code enforcement, someone representing code enforcement, because we always have those questions in our meeting. Okay. End of report.
Thank you. Police.
Dr. Bruce is not here to report.
All right. The fire department, the high-rise conference. Chief Mate.
I'll be briefer than normal. I know everybody's antsy to go. I just want to say thank you to everybody in front of me's support for the fire department training division for the last 3 or 4 years. This past week, so yesterday and the day before, we hosted our 65 personnel and 35 folks from outside of West Memphis, from areas such as Memphis, Tennessee, Horn Lake, Mississippi, Paragould, Blytheville, Pine Bluff, Wynn, and Greenville, Mississippi. Those 35 folks came in to join our folks for 2 days of really, really high-impact training. You'll see pictures and videos on our social media. As soon as I get those put together, we're trying to have one of our AV guys put together a good video for us to share with everybody. It was perfect. It was beautiful. If I have time, I just want quick thanks to some support. The West Memphis Firefighters Foundation, I saw Jack Avery was here. He stepped out, but this was a collaborative effort between the training division of the fire department and the Firefighters Foundation. It's fantastic. Southland Casino Hotel provided us areas to train, hands-on wise, rooms for the instructors that came in and some staff. They provided a mixer for us. They were a huge, huge support, as was the Radisson of West Memphis on Service Road. That's where we hosted the conference itself. They also provided us training space inside the hotel to do hands-on training. A lot of trust there. Running hoses on the inside of the buildings. It was dry this time, not wet, but it went very, very well. The A&P Commission through Jim Jackson helped us out with trinkets such as the lanyards and notebooks for everybody. It was fantastic. Coca-Cola provided us refreshments because, as you know, it was hot yesterday. We were burning at the training facility, very hot burns, and they were over at the parking garage doing training as well. So it was fantastic. Great 2 days of training. Could not be possible without the foundation that you all helped us laid 3 years ago with that facility out on College Boulevard. Please come out and visit me and come see that place when it's in use. It's amazing. So thank you all. And that was the first annual Mid-South High Rise Conference. We're doing it again next year. The crew from County Fire Tactics that came from Pensacola, loved the city. I can show you the messages. They loved it here. We treated them well. They're ready to come back next year and do it for a 3-day program instead of 2. So look forward to 2026. Thank you.
Thank you. Also, there were no other committees that we had. West Memphis Utility Commission at large position, we had only one individual that a resume was turned in on, Mr. Randy Sullivan. So you all have the opportunity right now to make a motion in second and vote them up or down.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? He is appointed to the committee. Also, I know I'm gonna get killed about this, and I'm gonna apologize for it right now. But I thank everyone that stayed with us, and I think, I know you all had to go. But we're the second highest paid city council in the state of Arkansas. And sometimes it's so difficult to get us for our meetings. Now, I know I'm to be beat up on this, but I just got to say it because I come in, I have been the transparent mayor we have ever seen, and all this information that I want to tell you all about, then guess what, when you all were here, but the ones that are gone, well, some of the ones that are gone, they'll come and say they ain't never heard it before because they won't stick around and get the information. And then be able to spread it to their people for it to go right. And then when they come in on council, you're going to act like you don't know nothing. So I'm going to be quick. Also, we're going to ask everyone to keep Tori repairing our prayer. Also, her father-in-law, which was Eddie's mother, he worked for our sanitation department. He lost his life. Well, not lost his life, but he perished. His funeral will be this Saturday at 11 o'clock at Old St. Paul. Also, if you all get an opportunity, go look at the Rich Road Bridge. I'm sorry, I went across it yesterday, and it's just that quick. But also, I want to let you all know about, I have been on 2 trips, and I believe anytime you're spending taxpayers' money, you need to be able to tell them what you accomplished on the trips. I traveled to Washington, D.C. from July 30th to the 1st to meet with our federal delegation and to discuss funding priorities for the city of West Memphis. I have been working with Apex Consulting Group and the Phoenix Strategies to coordinate with meetings with Steve Jones and with Apex and Greg Willis with Phoenix also acclaimed from the meeting. The primary purpose of these meetings was to strengthen our relationship between our federal delegation and to advance the West Memphis federal funding priorities. Now, I'll tell you this, I had some of the best meetings with Senator Boozman and Representative Crawford people. I mean, I'm sorry, but they showed me love, and they gave me some direction to help the people of West Memphis. We met with the senior staff of Senator Boozman's office as well as Congressman Crawford's office to discuss specific infrastructure needs of our city and explore available funding. We also discussed exploring funding options for our public transportation. Also, Congressman Crawford has us $1 million in his bills and his appropriations that's going to be coming to West Memphis if nothing don't change. Now, I tell you this, I've been talking to other congressmen, and they promised me a whole lot. I remember Buttigieg came up here and sold me the world. But you can say this, but if you ain't delivering for me, then you just running game. And they did. The team has been working with me to develop and submit a comprehensive congressional district spending request focused on 2 critical infrastructure priorities: upgrades to the city power transformer and our water tower system on the north side of the city, and the completion of the South Loop Road project. We have also worked to secure funds, a federal funding appropriation bill. The team successfully worked through the delegation to include the city's project in the base language of the FY 2026 Transportation, Housing, Urban Development Appropriation Bill. The level currently is listed at $1 million, and that's what West Memphis is getting, $1 million. So I asked them, can they move it up? And we ask them every day, let's continue to push it up. Well, I can tell you this, if we get 1 million, that's 1 million more than we got. So I tell you, hey, we doing something right. Additionally, with the meeting, Steve Jones and our transportation consultant arranged with the American Public Transportation Association for the purpose of assisting with our transit project, which we talked to the people about at the meeting. They offer a lot of assistance, including connecting us with similar situated cities, as well as our technical assistance. So we had a great meeting in Washington, D.C., talking to our delegation, and I think they really believe in what we are doing. I was in Senator Boozman's office, and he said, well, I asked for you for $25 million, and his representative said, is $25 million all you all needed? So I came up with, we need $62 million. So I mean, hey, don't ask it too less. So, but what I'm saying, even if they gave just $2 million, it's $2 million more than what we had. So I appreciate them for that. Then also I traveled to Wisconsin in Chicago with Dwayne Rose. Dwayne Rose just got $1 million grant from the Port Security to build a command center for the city of West Memphis, a mobile command center, in which it's a 75-25, which they give us 750, and we have to come up with the other 250. And I think Torah has found that money, and those are something that things that we're going to try to pursue, because we need to make sure our city continues to stay safe and have everything that they need if it's during a crime situation or a situation where it's flooded. We got a command center where we can make sure that that happens. Then lastly, West Memphis industries are steady coming together. West Memphis Summer Madness, Bosch, Hino, Carvana, and Family Dollar is working to have a big basketball game at our arena here this Saturday, and definitely those proceeds will go toward funding needs here in West Memphis, whether it's scholarships, backpacks, the whole 9 yards. So everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm just going to once again just ask this council, stay in with me, know what we're supposed to be doing, work with me, and like you all have been doing, and just stay and hear everything at the meeting so you all can be able to go out and give the facts to the people of West Memphis. That's all I'm asking.
I only have one favor to ask. The Corps of Engineer was slated, I think, in 2026. If we could reach out to them, see if they're still on schedule. I know they're supposed to do 10 to 15 mile mile. So, and we're gonna do all the small ones.
Exactly.
So-
And actually, we're waiting on Ward to be at the next meeting, because he have found some individuals that's gonna go and start to cut the areas that we cannot get cut.
Correct.
So you all have no more information on that, so that part of the infrastructure plan that the people pay for the tax, next meeting he'll have more information on that for us as well.
I spoke to a gentleman the other day that's doing work for the Corps' engineers out by Edmondson in the bayou, he says.
I have seen their crews, but anytime you're dealing with federal funding, things can get delayed in a heartbeat, so I was just wondering if we were still on schedule.
Yeah, that's been a 30-year process, so it may turn to like 35 years. All right, but I didn't have anything else. Do y'all have anything else? Yeah. Exactly. Sure. Exactly. It is, it's available by noon on Monday, and if anyone want to get it and look at it, I know Councilman Croon, you does an excellent job. You always put that agenda for your people.
So I get
And
my feedback.
that's a way that we can let everyone know, so. I didn't have none. Can I get a motion second to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed? The guy here.